For decades, we've stared into the black void of space, listening for a whisper, searching for a sign. We built colossal telescopes and aimed them at the darkness between the stars, expecting to find new suns, new planets, maybe new galaxies. What we didn't expect to find was movement where there should be none, patterns that look eerily biological. For as long as we have been human, we've asked the question, are we alone? But lately, the data coming back from our most advanced observatories is forcing us to ask a new question. What if we've been looking for the wrong kind of life? Forget little green men. We're starting to wonder about what's hidden in the vast emptiness of space. And it might not just be stars and planets. This is our look into the cosmic mysteries that are pushing some scientists to rethink everything we thought we knew about life in the universe. And their ideas are stranger than anything we have ever imagined. Our first case file opens in 2017 with a cosmic head-scratcher. Astronomers spotted something they had never seen before, an object from another star system just passing through ours. They named it Oumuamua, Hawaiian, for a messenger from afar arriving first. And it was bizarre. By all accounts, it was shaped like a cigar or maybe a pancake. And it was tumbling end over end. It was dark, reddish, and reflected sunlight in a way that defied easy explanation. But its weirdest trait was how it moved. As it swung past the sun, it sped up, pushed by some unseen force. Comets do this all the time. The sun's heat turns their ice into jets of gas that act like tiny rockets. But Oumuamua had no visible tail, no fuzzy glow of a cometary coma. This is where one theory became explosive. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb proposed a radical idea. What if the push wasn't natural? What if it was a piece of technology, like an alien probe or a solar sail, pushed by starlight? The idea of an alien craft in our backyard captured the world's imagination. However, science demands evidence. In 2023, a more grounded explanation emerged, which is now the leading scientific consensus. Researchers proposed that Oumuamua was a strange kind of comet after all, one whose tail was made of invisible hydrogen gas. The theory suggests the object was a hydrogen iceberg, which would boil off as it neared the sun, giving it that mysterious push without a dusty, visible tail. While a few, like Loeb, still argue for a technological origin, most scientists see Oumuamua as a fascinating but natural puzzle. It wasn't the messenger we hoped for, but it definitely opened our minds to how strange the universe can be and set the stage for even wilder ideas. If Oumuamua wasn't the spaceship, what if it was a signpost pointing to something far more complex? This brings us to our next case, the alien mothership. It sounds like pure Hollywood, but it's a concept from a speculative academic paper that's still awaiting peer review. In March 2023, a draft paper co-authored by Sean Kirkpatrick, then head of the Pentagon's UFO Office, AARO, and Avi Loeb explored a mind-bending possibility. They imagined a large alien parent craft cruising through our solar system, releasing swarms of tiny, autonomous probes. They compared it to a dandelion puff releasing its seeds to the wind. These probes, maybe just a few feet in size, would be too small for our telescopes to see. The paper speculates they could be built like parachutes to slow their descent into a planet's atmosphere and might use starlight to charge their batteries or even harvest water to refuel. The goal? Potentially, to spread the blueprint of their creators across the galaxy. Now, let's be crystal clear. This was a draft paper, not an official government conclusion or a peer-reviewed study. It's a thought experiment from two prominent figures, a piece of fringe speculation, not mainstream science. And yet, it shows a shift in how some are starting to think about extraterrestrial contact. Maybe it won't be a giant saucer on a lawn, but a subtle, almost biological seeding of our solar system by something we can't even see. It makes you wonder, if they were here, would we even know it? If Oumuamua was a mystery and dandelion probes are speculation, our third case is happening right now. It involves 3I, Atlas, the third interstellar object ever detected, which journeyed through our solar system, making its closest approach to Earth in late 2025. Discovered on the 1st of July 2025, this object immediately sparked intense debate. On one side is mainstream astronomy. Multiple NASA missions tracked the object, gathering data. In February 2026, scientists confirmed it was spraying water vapor from its surface as it warmed, a classic sign of a comet. The official classification from NASA and the wider astronomical community is clear. 3I, Atlas is a large, if somewhat unusual, interstellar comet on a one-way trip through our neighborhood. But on the other side of the debate is Avi Loeb, who again has proposed that this object might not be what it seems. He points to anomalies, like a high concentration of nickel in its gaseous tail, arguing it's more common in industrial alloys than typical comets. Loeb has provocatively asked, what if 3I, Atlas, is AI, Atlas? Suggesting it could be an artificial intelligence probe. The debate is a perfect snapshot of the modern search for aliens, a tug-of-war between rigorous, data-driven science, pointing to a natural cause, and tantalizing, speculative theories fueled by odd data points that don't quite fit the models. For now, the evidence heavily favors 3I, Atlas being a comet, but every strange reading keeps the door open, just a crack, for a more extraordinary explanation. The visitors to our solar system are strange, but at least they're made of familiar stuff. Rock, ice, metal. But what if we're being too narrow? What if the strangest creatures aren't solid at all? Let's take a trip way out on a limb and explore a concept from the absolute fringes of theoretical physics: plasma-based life. Our biology is built on carbon and water, but a few scientists have dared to ask if life could form from the fourth state of matter, plasma, the superheated, electrically charged gas that makes up the stars. The theory, and it is highly speculative, is that within vast magnetic fields, clouds of plasma and dust could self-organize. Instead of DNA, their structure might be held together by electromagnetic forces. Instead of eating, they could feed on electrical energy. From interstellar comets to plasma beings, the scientific search for answers is a slow, methodical process. But scientists aren't the only ones looking to the stars. This brings us to our final and most unusual case file: the prophecies for the year 2026. One of the most famous figures in modern prophecy is the Bulgarian mystic Baba Vanga, who died in 1996. Among the many predictions attributed to her, some of the most dramatic are for 2026. Interpretations of her prophecies claim that humanity will finally make contact with an alien civilization no later than November 2026, with some versions speaking of a colossal alien spacecraft entering our atmosphere. These claims are often tied to other dire predictions for the year. So, where does this leave us? We've looked at Oumuamua, a mysterious messenger that science now believes was a natural, if bizarre, comet. We've explored academic what-ifs about alien motherships and their dandelion seed probes. We've seen the ongoing debate over the comet 3I, Atlas, pitting mainstream science against provocative theories. And we've even dared to imagine life made not of flesh and blood, but of pure energy. The truth is, As of today, there is no confirmed evidence of extraterrestrial life. The Pentagon's AARO office, tasked with investigating these phenomena, has repeatedly stated that in all their investigations, they have found no verifiable proof of alien technology or visitation. The real search continues, not with sensational claims, but with patient, painstaking work. Astronomers have now confirmed over 6,000 planets beyond our solar system, with thousands more candidates waiting. That's where the real hunt is happening. In the faint light of distant stars, searching for the chemical signatures of a habitable atmosphere. The objects and theories we've discussed remain tantalizing enigmas. They are the outliers, the data points that don't quite fit. Are we on the verge of the most significant discovery in human history, or are these just cosmic puzzles we haven't solved yet? As we continue to peer into the dark, will we eventually find reflections of ourselves, or will the universe show us that the concept of life is far stranger and far grander than we ever dared to imagine?